Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Business Breakthrough Google Hangout. It's Dietzel here. And if you're new to our Business Breakthrough Google Hangouts, I want you to know that I'm not really known for the millions of downloads that we've had over the last 12 years for the advice that we provide online, but I'm known because of the assistance that we've provided thousands of entrepreneurs all over the world as one of the companies today that really focus and take an accelerated approach to business, closing deals, growing a company at a scalable way. We work with all kinds of different industries. We have a lot of professionals that are looking at building another income stream to their company. We work with a lot of coaches, consultants, and trainers that want to use our accelerated processes and systems because I believe that modeling is the #1 way that we learn. And we work with both startup and seasoned entrepreneurs. So today, our focus is becoming a certified business acceleration strategist. And I'm going to cover a few things here with you. This is actually part 1 of a total 3-part program today. So you're going to hold on. We're going to go very quickly, and you'll probably want to take a few notes. And if you are really serious about true business acceleration, I don't play at business. My systems aren't systems created for people that are experimenting in business, but are truly committed to the most accelerated approach to focusing, execution, and at the end of the day, implementation is everything in business today. So I want to share with you a system that I created 4 years ago, and it's created us a lot of leverage, and most importantly, it's created leverage for our clients today. Because what's really important for me at the end of the day is not me, but it's our clients' success. It's really interesting to hear from some of our clients, and they know that, and many of them that have come into the one-day intensive, and there's a reservation in some quarters about what I do and teach, because it is true business acceleration, because it does go against the status quo in the quote unquote expert industry. And because at the end of the day, I don't believe motivation and inspiration grows businesses. I believe that an accelerated focus and a true dedication to mastering a series of specialized skills that you must learn and implement in real time is what brings true business success today. So I'm not here to teach you a quick push button approach to business, although I believe that having better systems then your competitors can almost create if you will, a speed to market approach and a true unfair competitive advantage for you in the business today, in the business world. So there are tons of you on our call today and on our training. This is a special training that I'm doing because there are a number of you that have reached out to us, to me in ongoing fashion about mentoring and coaching and assistance. And so today I want to teach you again how to become a certified business acceleration strategist. I believe that this designation and the tools and systems that I'm going to teach you today are going to bring you the kind of accelerated growth that we're all after in today's market. And I'm fortunate to have a lot of conversations going in a lot of different industries. And I can't access all of these conversations or these opportunities. So I am opening up a few positions be certified in my systems, to be trained directly by me, and also to co-brand so you can leverage my authority, my credibility in your brand with my assistance. And this is what has brought us the kind of traction in today's market, because I am a teacher by passion and training, and that's what I really want to be noted for at the end of the day. As somebody I was sharing with my boys and my wife, they follow intensely what we do online. And I'm proud of the integrity that I bring to the market, and really proud of the integrity of the kind of clients that we bring to the Canadian lake home that eat my kids and are trained in our systems. And most importantly, you're going to love the integrity that these systems bring your own company. In today's market, there's a lot of jealousy in the expert industry. There's a lot of jadedness as well. And there's a lot of misinformation, and there's a lot of rumor spreading and fear mongering and all of this. And the expert industry is overcrowded. It's at an all-time capacity in so many different industries today of being over-communicated. You're over-communicated. Your potential clients and candidates for your systems are over-communicated. So you want to have better systems that allow you to arise above all the noise. And my friend Russ Whitney has always told me, Glenn, if there is not arrows aimed at you, then you're not growing fast enough. And I know there's arrows aimed at our company. I get it. And I'm just having a real conversation with you here today. But I want you to understand that I'm proud of our success. And at the end of the day, I report to our maker, I report to my wife and my kids, and I report to my clients in that order. And I think you should as well. And when you do that, and your potential candidates understand the integrity that you bring and the vision and the mission that you have, and you're focused on what my friend Yannick Silver does, and I love Yannick. And these are some of the very high level strategic conversations that I have in today's market with Russ and Yannick and many very specific marketplaces today. But it's about bringing something bigger than just making money into the market. And I can help a lot of people make a lot of money, but at the end of the day, I don't want it to destroy your marriage or the relationships that you have that you value in your life, because what good is a successful company? And yes, I can teach you how to make a lot of money, but what good is it if you don't have a true business with maximum valuation, with systems, with a lifestyle, and with the integrity that you have? And I'm proud of my successful marriage of 21 years and the boys that we have, and one of them is going off to university. And I'm proud of the balance that I've had over the last 11 years. And that's what I believe really makes our certification business acceleration strategist system unique and different in today's marketplace. So let's move forward here. We're not going to finish today. I do beach time trainings. If you don't have the VIP app, make sure you get it. But I want to share with you what's going on at the Canadian Lake Home. We do this every week. That's me and my wife, Fiona, and Canadian Lake Home. And we have our next business acceleration intensive coming in at the end of July, and a really amazing group of people coming in here. If you want some details, get back to us. We do open up a couple of positions for those on our Hangouts. And this is what was going on at the Canadian Lake Home yesterday. This is one of the hundreds of boats that were on the lake outside of the lake home here, and just an absolute gorgeous day. As I mentioned here today, I want to provide you the same kind of authority and credibility that I've been able to master over the last 12 years. In today's market, is not just being an expert is not good enough. And you've probably heard me say this many times, but you want to take your expert positioning to a mastery level, as we would call that or refer to that in education. And a mastery level is somebody that rises to the top or the pinnacle of your industry. All right. And it's really important to understand that mastery level really means that you command the expert's expert position, or the trainer's trainer, or the consultant's position, or the advisor's advisor in today's market. So I trust that you're following me here and understand these new realities in today's market. Here's what Rick Frischman has to say about our systems. And Rick says this. And Rick is a PR expert. He's an amazing promoter of people's books, and has created some pretty cool systems. And Rick says, Glenn has set internet records, and I regularly refer to him as the guy who builds people's big back ends. And he's worked with people to promote them in an ongoing basis with Mark Victor Hansen, Mitch Albom, Stephen King, Howard Stern, President Jimmy Carter, and many others. And I want you to see that in today's market, it's about having a leverage today that's going to bring you the kind of success that you're going to be able to leverage. And most of the certification and training programs today really just teach you to amass a lot of information. And some of them are pretty good, but there's no true focus on business implementation and acceleration. And I want to share with you a principle right now about building, and I've been fortunate enough to be in thousands of industries, or working with thousands of clients, over 120 industries. And as Rick said, I'm a master at building people's big business back ends. My wife always makes sure she wants me to mention the word business before back ends, but I'm not really that good. What I have are some great systems, and that are proprietary, and integrity in servicing clients today under some pretty demanding situations. Where a lot of our clients have been burned, or they're jaded and cynical coming to us. I've shared with you April Trupiano and hundreds of people that come into the Canadian Lake Home that were a little bit nervous coming in just because they've spent so much money with so many different experts today. And so I'm always humbled when people place that faith, and they travel in from all over the world to be trained in our systems. So let me just give you a little bit of background here. Then I want to share with you just a quick State of the Union address when it comes to packaging, positioning, and profiting from your advice. Now I want to share with you some systems that are going to give you some major leverage over your competitors in today's marketplace. So I want to share this with you right now. And this comes from one of our programs, one of our early programs that we put in the marketplace. And the whole concept around learning to wisdom, a transition. You see, we live in a marketplace today that values wisdom. Doesn't just value information, because information is so plentiful in today's market. So as you think about your branding and the value that you bring to the market, I want you to think about it from two standpoints. Number one, step one, information plus experience equals knowledge, okay? And that is a fundamental definition around knowledge that I teach. This is learning. Knowledge is applied information plus experiences, all right? So you want to be able to codify or organize your experiences, and you want to assist your clients in the application of that, all right? And that really leads to step number two, then, knowledge plus experience plus reflection equals wisdom. Wisdom takes time and is born out of reflection. That's why one of our speed to market principles is he or she who self-reflects the greatest controls marketplaces. Wisdom is applied knowledge plus experience plus reflection, all right? So without reflection, the ability to and experience is not cumulative. All right, so we want to be able to translate wisdom becomes knowledge as you are able to practice it in the marketplace. All right, and that's what I want you to understand. This whole learning process today has got to be sped up, not only for you, but for your potential candidates, because the new realities in today's overcrowded, over-communicated marketplace is that you've got to have a better way to help your potential candidates and your clients consume your content. So you want to think around utility, right? And I've talked a lot about and showed you processes. I've given you backdoor access to one of our private client sites, and I've showed you how the three principles around organizing your advice today that will allow you to become more sellable, a lot more marketable, and create the kind of positioning that's crucial in your marketplace. So the takeaway from what I just shared with you is how you position, how you package, and how you profit from your advice is absolutely crucial, and never has it been more crucial in today's marketplace. So we got to be very careful on how you share your advice, all right? And I want to teach you and just give you some principles here, what I call the State of the Union address in business, in the online world, with a particular focus on coaches, consultants, trainers, experts, authors, speakers, entrepreneurs. And really share with you what I believe are absolute critical concepts to understand and what was really behind our certification and becoming a business acceleration strategist. So first of all, fast implementation is what sets the system that I've designed and spent almost now about 13,000 hours over the last 12 years, really designing systems around fast implementation. I'm not that old still, and I still remember my early days in business where I needed, and I absolutely found myself after struggling for 2.5 years, realizing that business really comes down to a few specialized skills that I immersed myself in. And it wasn't because I had the time to immerse, but I was thrown into so many different industries because of my ability to be able to generate some very fast conversations in our early days. And these are now, we've put these systems into well-defined oiled processes, systems, blueprints, templates for you and for my clients to be able to access today. Should you be successfully vetted by me, to have access to them in our certification and training program and co-branding. So the next concept then is around accelerated results. So with fast implementation, we've got to be focused on accelerated results. All right. And we've spent quite a bit of time on our Google Hangouts talking about various ways of viewing ROI, ROIT, and return on investment, return on invested time. So you can create and implement a lot faster than your competitors. And you can do it in a way that saves you a lot of time and it provides the kind of results that you want because you've got a new level of influence in your market, and that's crucial. So you've got to be comfortable then with doing more with less, in today's market. All right, and that's the next concept that I want to share with you. Doing more with less, being able to be, or being comfortable with saying, you know what, everything I've been doing, I'm going to put it on the side and I'm going to really focus on growing my company using a lens or a different paradigm, all right, or a different context. And hold that thought for a second, but I just want you to write that down. The importance of context and paradigm is crucial, not only for your own business in the way that you accelerate and focus, but also in the way that you teach your potential candidates to focus and accelerate as well. So that leads to then strategy on the fly. If you're not comfortable with strategy on the fly, you're certainly not going to be comfortable with the systems that I teach, because everything is really focused with closing deals and building and creating leverage, both from a B2B and a B2C perspective, both business to business and business to client or business to customer, right? So we then want to create more leverage for ourselves, because when you have more leverage for yourself, right, you can move, instead of moving rocks, you're moving boulders. You're literally moving mountains that you never thought possible. And who was it? Was it Archimedes that said, give me a lever long enough and I can move the earth? And today, and that's where lever comes, the root word of leverage is lever. You've got to have a lever. You've got to have a lever in your business that provides you the kind of leverage. And I'm a huge proponent of a concept that I've taught and continue to teach, and my clients love, called ROIT, return on invested time. It provides a very powerful lever or lever, and it will allow you to move the earth. And I want you to identify right now the boulders and the mountains that you are finding almost impossible to move in your business. What are they? Identify them. Because if you don't identify them specifically, you're not going to appreciate what becoming a business acceleration strategist is going to allow you to do. And wait till you see here in just a few moments. The next principle then is what I teach is about controlling markets as opposed to making money. All right, as I said at the onset, you want to bring integrity to the market. You want to maintain your integrity. And yes, business is all about increasing or making that first transaction and then increasing the size and number of transactions. That's really what business is ultimately about. But it's also really, I want you to see that it's really about controlling markets today. It's about becoming a force, about becoming the de facto force in your market, or the de facto lever in your market. You see, if you have better systems than your competitors do, you can make it easier to move the same mountains that they're trying to move. Or maybe some of your competitors, from your perspective or advantage, they have more authority, more credibility, more momentum. Well, if you use a better lever and you attack the big mountains and the boulders that are in front of you, and we can get rid of those, think of the momentum and the opportunities, and think of finally setting yourself and your business free to operate at the highest level of integrity in today's market, with the best designed systems to give you the confidence to play at whatever level you want to play at. All right? Final principle then here, and my quick State of the Union address here, is modeling is the number one way that we learn. And that's my 7th concept here that I want to share with you on my State of the Union address that really leverages what I believe is the principles around our certification, our Certified Business Acceleration Strategist program. And it is working with me, and I'm going to share that here in just a second. And it's designed very strategically, because it's designed with implementation and with you in the market, closing bigger deals, faster deals, creating more conversations and faster conversations in the market. Because at the end of the day, that's what business really is, right? It's about learning how to use a new level of creating conversations. And we've got some very specific processes that we give to our clients. I'm going to outline these here in just a second, to create massive market traction. So let me share with you here, to set the stage here then, for our Business Acceleration Strategist program and our Certification Business Acceleration Strategist system powered by New Guru model. But everything I teach and everything I do and everything I would recommend that you do should follow what I call the PCA process. That means that before you share the content or before you share your advice, it needs to be framed properly. It needs the right paradigm or the right context, and it needs the right actionable steps. So you want to have, if you will, a dual focus with your content. You want to think from before, and you want to think from after. Before is the paradigm, is the context for your advice. And the net result of your content or of your advice is what are the key actionable steps that you want your target market to take. You see, in today's market, it's all about utility of advice. It's all about making your advice more user-friendly. It's all about getting your potential candidates to use or implement or interact or react or write down or any level of verb or any number of verbs that really allow you to see that it's all about doing something in real time. And it's all about being and getting your potential candidates in a forward action momentum state around active learning, as opposed to passive learning. And that's what defines most certification, most training programs, reading books, listening to audio programs, being inspired by inspirational speakers. That's all passive learning. You want to specialize in active learning, right? And the faster and the more complete that you do this, you're really now tapping into accelerated learning, right? And we all want accelerated learning, right? I hope you see that this is what is missing in today's market, and what's probably missing in a lot of the way that you structure your advice. So just like one of our speed to market principles is you reflect on the past, in the present, for the future. Reflect on the past, in the present, for the future. And it's a speed to market principle I've shared with you in developing your UPP, your unique personal proposition, or how to build out your multi-million-dollar personal branding. And just like we have, starting with the present, but reflecting on the past, in the present, for the future, right? Our PCA process is looking at your content in the context of a paradigm that you want to make sure that you're positioned as the advisor's advisor, consultant's consultant, trainer's trainer, and with a focus on results, on a focus on the key actionable steps that you're going to be able to move your potential candidates directly into your vetting process and into an opportunity for them to sell themselves to work with you. All right. So the PCA process is really important. And I want to now share with you our certification business strategist system. And as I move forward here with this, I want to just share with you who is Glenn Dietzel, like who am I? And this is how I was described 4 years ago when I put this system together. And this is now going back for almost 5 years ago now. And who is Glenn Dietzel? He's the founder of Awakened, a leading thought company in the recommendation age. Imagine having the VIP or the VP of a Fortune 100 company phoning you on your home phone, demanding to speak with you. Not only did Adobe phone me, but BookSurge, now owned by Amazon, consultants to 2 vice presidents of the US, and leaders in just about every marketplace today seek out my mentoring and my coaching. Why? Because of our track record, partially because I'm a teacher by passion and training, because I am a former vice principal, which don't hold that against me. But I come out of the teaching industry, and I come out of an industry that's all about, at the end of the day, are my students' results. And today, instead of being stuck in a classroom setting, in a traditional classroom setting, I've created a new classroom setting. And today, instead of me driving to my school, I have clients that come in all over the world to my training center here at the Canadian Lake Home, and I have an opportunity to share my passion and training with you on these Business Breakthrough Google Hangouts, and more importantly, in our certification or certified business acceleration strategist program, which is powered by newgurumodel.com. Now, there is so much I could share with you here, but I want to focus right now on just what I cover in the training. And I want you to see what sets apart, what I believe sets our company apart in this unique training, certification, and co-branding system to help you build your authority and credibility and leverage the same kind of authority and credibility that I have. I want to, just before I share a few components of the system here, I want to share with you what April Trupiano here, let's see if we can get April up here on my screen here. And here's what she had to say. She just came in to our one-day business acceleration intensive at the Canadian Lake Home. Everybody who is trained in our systems has an opportunity to be trained directly by me at the Canadian Lake Home, meet my wife and my kids. And April was pretty nervous about coming in, but the day absolutely blew her away. She's got a lot of traction in her industry. She's a television host, does very high-end training. And she is representative of the kind of clients that I attract and the kind of clients that I can help you attract, because when you have these kinds of clients in your business and you attract this kind of leverage for yourself, it just gives you a greater confidence and a greater level of just building true acceleration. So here's April. I'll just share with you for 20 seconds, 30 seconds here at the most, what she gleaned in working with me just in a one-day intensive.
Proprietary, international expert on business and leadership, and I teach financial services professionals how to be the CEO of their business so that they can play more, spend more time with families, and still make money at the office. And I'm so excited because I got to spend the day here with Glenn Dietzel at the Canadian Lake Home for his one-day intensive. And I have to tell you, I don't think I've ever had anybody deliver on that big of a promise. You know, Glenn promised at the beginning of the day that he would give us $50,000 worth of value. And I am absolutely certain that we not only got $50,000 worth of value, we got 10 times that. So I have to tell you, if you're on the fence, if you're thinking about coming out to the lake house for the one-day intensive, don't think twice. Get yourself here, whatever it takes, because I promise you, it'll be worth every Penny every minute.
All right, and so you'll hear a little bit of noise in the background because there is a lot of energy of people that come in here to the Canadian Lake Home. So my training is direct. It's intense. I want you to know that. I'm a pretty anal person, probably the most anal person you'll ever meet. But I never expect that anybody would not do what I don't do in business and currently am doing. I'm not an armchair coach. I'm not an armchair consultant. I'm somebody that rolls up his sleeves and I go, I believe, above the call of duty. I believe that modeling is the #1 way that we learn. And this gives you an opportunity to use my exact systems and processes where I give you them, and you can use them in your own business and your own brand. And our business acceleration, becoming a business acceleration strategist here, then is all about being trained, certified, and the ability to co-brand my systems inside of your brand. There's nobody teaching this today, nobody doing this, and there is just no way I can access all of the opportunities in the market. And I want to give you some of that leverage that I have inside of your own brand. So it's like, if you will, injecting a high octane fuel into a high performance sports car. So we're going to turn your sedan into a high performance sports car, and we're going to inject it with high octane fuel so that you can perform with rapidity and create mass attraction and create the kind of results that you really want in today's market. So our certification, become a certified business acceleration expert, starts with #1, growing your business at an accelerated rate. Okay, that's #1 in terms of what I'm going to do and teach you in this program. #2, you're going to have hundreds of high octane conversion systems, processes, and templates. As I've mentioned previously, I really don't believe lead generation is the problem. I believe you want to start with better conversion processes, systems, templates, blueprints than your competitors. Because when you're able to design better conversations, you can naturally bring leads to you, just like we do. All right? You're going to have access to my high net worth Rolodex of connections. And you meet many amazing people at the Canadian Lake Home and in my training program and my clients. And I'm really proud of that. I have access to Lifestyle Entrepreneur Magazine, LEM for short, to promote you and your clients. All right, with our certification, becoming a business acceleration certification specialist. You'll be featured in our documentary that's being done by an independent company that was so impressed with our track record that we have a documentary. We'll be focusing on how to access anyone, even with little to no social capital. I'm going to teach you how to do this. Right? You'll get a chance to use all of my systems, processes, blueprints inside of your own brand. So you're building your brand. All right? You're not building my brand, you're building your brand and using all of my systems inside of your brand. You're going to have the same authority and credibility in your brand as I do. What's that worth to you? And what I teach and what I've learned and what I'm going to teach you has cost me around $3.5 million to provide the advice and systems that you're going to have a chance. You'll be able to come to the Canadian Lake Home and be trained directly with me and meet some other incredible people. You're going to use our membership site for your clients. This is absolutely huge, using my membership site for your clients. All right, I have never seen anybody do this before. And all of our high-end training systems, you'll be able to leverage me and our systems inside of your own brand and be able to offer our membership site to your clients. And this is just some of what makes our Certified Business Acceleration Strategist program, powered by New Guru model, different than any other system in the marketplace. I'm going to share with you a few people, entrepreneurs that have benefited from this. If you want speed to market access, you'll want to go to newgurumodel.com/do you qualify, newgurumodel.com/do you qualify. And that is the first thing. Those of you that have the VIP app, you have precedence over anybody else. And that's part of the part of being an insider with our VIP app. And really, you'll be working with me inside of a new billion-dollar expert guru industry that's focused on creating and sharing, positioning, profiting from your advice, packaging your advice in a completely different way that brings you massive market traction. The reason why I'm not a proponent of franchising, and I've blocked out these companies here that follow this model, especially in the coaching, consulting, training industry. And one of the reasons why I'm against franchising is because you would never, if I created a franchising model, you wouldn't be able to create your own brand, logos, and company identity. Okay, you're not going to get mentoring from somebody that's done multi-millions of dollars of coaching. And the franchising model, they can't guarantee this. Franchising model can't guarantee that you're free to attend and use any training that you want. Whereas with my model, being trained and certified in my systems, you can, you're really leveraging my brand inside of your brand. Here's Joy Pecchia, and I've interviewed Joy. Today, she sells 20,000 to six-figure deals, all because she leverages our systems, and she's created our systems, the systems that I've given her inside of her own brand. Here's Winton Churchill. Winton leverages our systems and processes inside of his own brand, and I've interviewed Winton. Those of you that are really serious about being certified in our systems and co-branding with me, so you carry the certification designation by my company. You're a certified business acceleration strategist, trained, certified in the systems, and then the ability to co-brand my programs, systems, processes, blueprints within your own, all the legal agreements that have just taken me so much time to create, thousands of hours. And as I said, multi-millions of dollars to build. Those of you that are part of our Inner Circle VIP with our VIP app, you'll always have first access. If you don't have the app yet, you want to go to budurl.com/IC app, budurl.com/IC app. You get the VIP app that provides you Inner Circle access for all of my global training. It also provides you, and you never have to fill out stuff to have access to, and you always have inside scoop on what's going on at the Canadian Lake Home and some of the other trainings that we do. That is, we started off with my wife and myself here at the Canadian Lake Home. And as I prepare for the next one-day business acceleration intensive, I want you to leverage the very same systems that I use. And those of you that are certified in my systems and trained, you can use the Canadian Lake Home for your intensives, and you'll need to move to the co-branding stage in order to do that. But imagine having me help you directly close deals. What's it worth to you for me to get on a phone call with a potential candidate, or me working in a boardroom with you to close some deals? And these are all, or having my assistants to help you on your next keynote. And we've got some very cool formulas and processes that we help you with and design, so your message becomes a lot more valuable. You use my same proven, measurable systems, and I just can't access all of the opportunities in today's market. And so we are opening up a few positions to be trained, certified, and co-brand with my systems. And I would highly recommend that if you are really committed to this, you'll definitely go to the qualification page, definitely fill it out properly, newgurumodel.com/do you qualify, and go there, fill that out. Definitely get the VIP app. And those of you that are vetted successfully by me, everybody's vetted directly by me. You'll have an opportunity to, as I mentioned, come to the Canadian Lake Home as my guest, and because that's part of the training processes and systems, and you get a chance to meet me directly. I don't hide in today's market, and like most people do, behind emails, etc. And I'm very proud of our systems, because our systems are the conduit to my clients' success and your success. At the end of the day, that's why I do what I do. So the actionable steps for those of you that are truly committed to our certification, becoming certified in our business acceleration strategy systems. You'll be a certified business acceleration strategist, identified, empowered by newgurumodel.com. You'll be able to leverage your own brand, your own URLs with my own systems and processes. So at the end of the day, that's what's really cool. My systems and processes are my intellectual property, but you have the ability to put your own URL on the copyright, trademark systems and processes that I'm going to teach you in to help you close more deals, and you can use my systems to grow your company. And I believe it's the ultimate win-win. I get to leverage all the time and effort that I've put in. I get to work with some amazing entrepreneurs. That's the win for me. And the win for you is you get to co-brand. You get to be trained and certified in our system and ultimately co-brand. You can move faster and quicker into your market with the same kind of authority and credibility that I have with the assistance on focus and implementation and execution in today's market. And I'm really jazzed and excited about this. And so we're going to end our training today. We started off today with just a little bit of the background on our programs and the fact that everything I've built has been really created because of my client success and so many industries that we've got into. We've had so many experts about 5 years ago come to me that wanted me to design their coaching, consulting, training programs. And I didn't want to be run off the ground again like I was in the early years of business. And yes, clients were paying me $50,000 to $100,000, and that was great. But I was getting really concerned that my time was getting tied up too much. And so 5 years ago, when I designed this system and process, I designed it with with how could I leverage my intellectual property, and how could I co-brand my IP with your IP, and really helping you build your IP. In the end of the day, that's what it's all about. With my IP, leveraging your intellectual property. So instead of me having to create all these systems and processes with you, I would rather you just model them and use them and leverage them as a blueprint for building and growing your company at an accelerated rate. So that brings us to the end of our training today. I've provided you just a few takeaways of what you're going to get in the system. Those of you that are vetted specifically by me, you'll get an executive summary of the program, and you have an opportunity to come in as well on a case-by-case basis, because I vet everybody. I did the Canadian Lake Home, and you'll meet people like April Trupiano, former vice presidential candidate Wayne Root, who's been trained in our system, the great Terry Levine, and some other leaders in coaching, consulting, and training today, who I'm very proud to say that we've attracted. And in a day and an age where there's a lot of skepticism, you want to have systems that bypass your potential candidates' skepticism and see you positioned as the authority in your industry above all your competitors. And that's what the system will ultimately do: give you a lot more influence, a lot more focus, a lot more powerful ways of executing. And I'm excited for you. So take what we covered today, and the next actionable step again is to download the VIP app. Definitely want to become a VIP app insider, and also go to newgurumodel.com/do you qualify if you think you have what it takes to be trained and certified, and then co-brand with me. So act now, act fast. Remember, today's marketplace rewards those that are able to make fast decisions and execute in speed to market fashion. Have a great one, everybody, and I look forward to our paths crossing sooner than later. Have a great one.